I'm sorry, that's actually not an editing error. What you're seeing and hearing is a small portion of what my chat on Twitch saw between the dates of May 5th, June 4th. I reset Who Framed Roger Rabbit on the NES 6,361 times to break the current world record. So I guess the obvious question is, why did you do it? And I don't know. But here's how to break the world record in Roger Rabbit. If you've never played this game before, here's a quick summary. You punch a lady in a pink dress in the face, then you punch a lady in a green dress in the face, then you punch a man in a blue suit in the face, and then you find an old man in gray who can help you find items. And then you charge up your punch, you wait until he walks over, and then you punch him in the face. And then later on you find cheese. You have to walk around to find 4 missing will pieces, dynamite, enter Toontown, and then, just like in the movie, repeatedly punch Doom in the face against the wall until he dies. It's a pretty typical plot for an NES game of that era, but the funny thing about the game is it's actually complete RNG. So every single time that you start the game, the items are always going to be in a different place, the will pieces are always going to be in a different place, and things kind of shift around and change, like literally sometimes down to the frame. So here's how we get around that. So I took a series of simple pictures here, and the first thing that you actually need to do is acquire a second controller because this run uses a second controller to manipulate RNG. The next step is buying a huge bag of rubber bands. Then find a Canadian penny from 2004, and using the rubber bands, make sure that up, right, select, and B are all held down, and then wedge the penny in between the select spot to make sure that select is also held down. Make sure all of the buttons on the second controller are held down, and then on the first controller, after 17 blinks of the press start, you need to, on the 935th frame, press and hold start on the first controller, and you'll manipulate all of the items in the run that way. The important part is the wallet and the dynamite are always going to be in the same location, but if you did it properly, you'll see the spring shoes appear outside of the store. So I know this sounds like a joke, but it's not. This is actually how I broke the record. So if we see a dog with a whistle a little bit up the road, then we know that the seat has been set and all of the items are in the exact same location that we need on our way to Judge Doom. So even though the items are manipulated, the rest of the run is all luck. Due to something called PPU cycling, your individual console even has its own luck. I tested mine with a patch someone named threecreepio made, and this particular console had about a 66% chance to hit the right alignment when it comes to something called PPU cycling. TLDR, that basically means 66% of the time, my specific console will hit an alignment that will show up as 4A. But 34% of the time, even if I hit the proper frame, it will fail. So it'll basically fail 34% of the time. So what's the luck that you need to deal with in the speedrun? The speedrun mainly exploits a glitch where once Eddie dies, he can bounce to the right and collect an item. The problem is the bouncing animation and whether or not you bounce to the right or left is luck. And you have to do it again on a snake to collect a piece of the will. The weasels spawn at random frames and are luck. How they spawn is based on a frame check, which is essentially luck. And you want them to spawn without immediately catching you, so you can use the car chase as a speed boost. But sometimes the weasels just immediately spawn in front of you and they catch you. The animals and buildings that spawn are all luck. How they spawn, what spawns, what direction they spawn from, they all change by the frame and they're all different every single playthrough. The overworld enemies are luck, even Eddie getting run over immediately by traffic, how the cars spawn in, the direction that they're driving, also all complete RNG. I feel at this point I could write a thesis about Judge Doom. He's the worst source of RNG in any speedrun I've ever run, ever. If Judge Doom is attacking, he has total iframes and you do 0 damage. If you bump Judge Doom, your power meter also drops down to 0. I think one of the hardest things about the Judge Doom fight is the mashing required. The game is inherently flawed because if you accidentally punch too fast, you'll skip punching as Eddie and you'll go into a vulnerable, cartoony kind of charge animation, where Eddie jumps around and charges his punch instead, and Judge Doom will immediately often attack and reset your power down to 0. If you're not close enough to the wall, you can also break out of the stun lock. Out of 120 finished runs and 6,300 attempts, some of which died on Judge Doom, all he has to do is move left. He moved left for me twice. And that's not even mentioning the stuff that can happen that's like completely unexplainable. There was one time, for example, I killed Judge Doom and then he just stayed on the ground. And I'll actually show you a clip from my Twitch stream that it's like, alright man, like you're just such a good game. GG Doom. Oh! He did. Dude, Doom does this thing where sometimes he just stays on the ground. Look, watch. Oh, what? What? What the hell was that? With my console having a 66% chance to always hit the 4A alignment, was I the chosen one? Well, I mean, like, clearly, yes. Like, we broke the record. Like, it happened, right? So, at the end of the day, this is, I guess, like, the successful run. You kind of know what goes into it now, so enjoy, I guess, the record and what ended up happening. That is a very powerful reach. Oh, what? You can enjoy your sesame seed ice cream, so it's okay. Dude, for real, it's the same. It's the same for me. Like 100% the same. Like, Tactics just like perfected it immediately out of the gate, and then no other strategy game came close. And the only one that kind of came close was Tactics Ogre. Wow, there's so many haters in chat. Like, no, Florida is going to win, and Tactics is going to get a remaster. Like, and it's going to be good. Like, let's try, okay? Oh man. What's up, Aiden? Why do you exist, brown car? See, this is where I should take like the low route immediately. But I got hit there twice, so. But if I get hit by any brown car, it should be low route. We have a chance! Is this the record? See, the brown car wasted a second. Look at that. Piece of shit. Maybe we're okay. Oh, that's awkward. Why are you here? Go away, man! Okay, that was really weird. I guess I'm glad that he didn't spawn, like, in front of me. Thank you, Dan. We got the Dan blessing, so it'll be fine. Why, weasels? Don't do shit like that. Okay. This is okay. It'll hit the car. That looked chaotic, but that kind of helped. Has a chance. Unless I get caught immediately right here. And we have no boost, of course. Thank you for the slowest drive over. I'm gonna get caught maybe when I go out there. That's really awkward. See? Look at them. They were right there. Like they wanted to. I need to go. Okay. Wait. Oh, you bitch don't. Okay. That might be it. That might be it. It wasn't the best, but it was probably good enough. Did we do it? Ah! By one! Like, literally one! That's it! Man. So what do we do now? Oh, man. Like Judge Doom. I know, right? Like, he sucks.